Hi, this is Eren and it's my task 3 homework. So let's start with task 3A. First, I'll run the codes and then I'll explain how they work. So the first task 3A is giving you a letter note. First, it's asking you a, uh, an integer value, uh, your grade. So let's say it's 75. Then it's giving the uh, letter letter one of your integer node. Uh, and how it work is first we are importing the scanner library, and then we are declaring a class and a function. And in this line, I am using this scanner library. I'm getting this input, and then in here I am creating a string, name string grade, and in here I am displaying a message that says input your grade as integer, and there is my grade. I am inputting the user is inputting the grade in integer, and here we have uh, a couple of if statements. It's looking for your nodes, and let's say if it is greater than 95, then your letter node is A, or if it is between 95 and 90, then it is A minus. And it's going on like that, and it's giving you F if your node is smaller than 50. And in here it's clear specify it's giving you the string grade. Uh, in the else statement, it says it's an unvalid value. Okay, now in the task 3B, this code is asking you a question, a, a mathematical basic summing question, and you are entering the value, and if the answer is correct, it says your answer is correct. But if the answer is not correct, let's say that, it says it's false and the correct answer is that. And how this work is, uh I import the scanner library again for getting input from the user, and I declare a class and a function, and here I use the scanner object in here, and I declare a double double variable in here for storing the random random values. In this math random method, I created uh, I created a random double value, and in here I cast this double double value to a integer, and I did the same thing in here too, because I need two integer value, because we're gonna sum them, and in here I sum them and store them in the sum variable, and displayed this message to the console. And here I used try catch method, but it's not much necessary. Uh, this is for the situations that if you if you enter something not integer, let's say says 6 plus 17. If I say 10 comma 5, it will say the answer should be an integer value. It's warning you. And in the try block. Uh, it's getting the integer. It's getting the answer from you, and using these if and else statements, it's checking if the answer is equal to some, then print print this. If it is not, then print this. And in task 3C, send BMI calculator. Uh, First, when we run this code, uh, okay, step by step, line by line. First, I import the scanner object again, and then I declare my class, and here some variables that we will use inside of our code, and there is the function. And again, this line, this is for using the scanner object. Uh, we are using it for getting input from the user. And in the beginning, it is displaying this message: input your weight. I input my own weight, and then it's displaying this message. Uh, and after that, it is immediately running this code, and this means it is the the code is waiting for me to input a double value. You see, it says input your height in a double format. So right now my code is in here and waiting me to input a value, enter a value. And when I enter a value, uh, yes, it is calling this function. There is another function in here, which is uh, this function is returning uh, the body index, and in this function, it's getting the BMI value in here, which is calculated in here, and then it's using this if and else if and else statements in here and checking your BMI score. And let's say it says my BMI score is 18.4. It is smaller than 18.5. Then in this statement, it will return underweight. So when this return underweight string in here, it is storing this string in the index variable, and then it is uh, displaying this message to the console. It says your BMI score is that, and you are in the underweight area. And let's say if you have a 20 BMI score, this function will return normal weight string to this index, uh, and then it will display your BMI score in here, and it will say you are in the uh, let's say normal weight area. And same for the overweight and obesity. Actually, obesity is something a little bit different, because if your BMI score is not in this area, it will return obesity to the index variable. And let's keep going on D task 3D dot keep or not. Uh, in this code, we are entering a year as an integer value, and the code is checking if this year is a leap year or not. Let's say 2000. It's a leap year, and it will say 2000 is a leap year. And now I'll enter and not leap year. And it says it's not a leap year. And again, I imported some of the libraries that I will use in my code in the beginning. Then I declared my class and then my function. Uh, Here uh, I create the scanner object with a name of input. And then again, I use this try catch method uh, for getting integer values from the user and not having a bug in the code. The important part is in the in the try block. You see, it is displaying this message firstly, and then waiting your uh waiting your input, and then it is storing this input in the year variable. It's an integer variable, and then it's going to if statement looking for if this year is can be uh divided with 400, and if it is displaying this message as it's a leap year. If it is not, there is one more statement. If this year can be divided with 4 and at the same time not divided by 100, then it's also a leap year. But in the else statements, it is not a leap year. And let's go with task 3E, generator. Okay, it's a little bit long than the other ones. Uh, it's same, starting same. We are importing the scanner object, then we are creating our class, and here we have some variables, double integer and boolean variables. We will use these things inside of our code. And now I declared the function in here, and you see I created the scanner object with an input name. We'll use this for getting input from the user. And you see I created the integer, random integer value in here. And in this line we are displaying this message on on the console. And in here we are waiting for the user to uh, get an estimate, get an integer value from the user. And you see there is a while loop in here. It will the check is true in the beginning, so loop will start. And you see we have some statements in here. It's first checking if the estimate is bigger than 10 and also smaller or equal than uh, 99. So estimate should be between 10 and 99. If it is not true, it's going to ask statement in here and says please choose a number in that range. And then it's getting another estimate from you. And then it's going to top of the while loop because check is still true. And let's say if it is between that range in this time, it's making the check false. Uh, it's changing the check value to false. And then it's getting the 10th digit of your estimate and 1st digit of your estimate. And it's doing this same thing Also for the random number two. And then it's starting to calculate. There are a couple of statements in here. Let's say if your estimate is uh, equal to random number, you are winning $10,000, and it's displaying these messages. But let's say uh, your estimate is 21, but the random number is 12. In this statement, you are winning $3,000, and it says lottery was this number. It's also displaying this message. And in this statement, in this else if statement, if uh, if your estimation's tens digit is equal to the number's tens digit, you are winning $1,000. And in this else statement, uh, it is the same with this, but for the ones digit in here, and also you are winning $1,000. And in this statement, yeah, these statements are same, but so basically what these statements are is if one of the digits are same with the other digit, but not more than one, uh, in these statements you are winning $1,000. And in this one, if the number is equal to your tens digit estimate plus 10 times this one's digit estimate. So let's say the number is 30 and your estimation is 21. In the statement, you are winning $3,000. And you see in the statement, you are not winning anything. So uh, now it created an random number, and let's say in the beginning, uh, I will not enter an integer between 10 and 99. I'll say 1, and it will say, okay, choose a number in that range. And then going to top here, and then I'll say 15 now, and it says you didn't win anything. Lottery was 75, and none of in these as if statements I am not winning anything. So let's try again. I'll say 45 this time. It says lottery was 57, and you won $1,000. I won this because the ones digit is 5 and tens digit is 5 in the lottery. So one of the numbers are equal to this random number. So I won this. So yeah. Okay, this was all for test 3. Thank you for listening.